London's LBC 97.3.
Steve Allen.
I'm not actually sure we're going to get through the programme this week in one pick. You know why? Because even just in the lead-up, I've barely got a word in edgeways. I was trying to sort of chat, and I keep being shouted down. And it's the trouble, you get your own programme, and immediately the guests come in. Late, I have to tell you. Late. You know why? They all stayed over at Cheryl's house last night. There's a very long story. With us in the studio, we're delighted we have the original Bucks Fizz. It's so exciting because Mike and Cheryl and Shelley are all here, looking cute but tired. Because we all stayed at Cheryl's house last night, didn't we?
Yeah.
We did.
And that's why you're tired. Did you have a late night then or something? Or
We were rehearsing all day because
Right.
we've got some gigs coming up. So
Right.
we've been rehearsing. And then we had a very late dinner because I cooked it.
I've seen
very
your...
late.
Have you moved since I've seen your kitchen on the television?
Don't know. Was it yellow and green?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's still there. It's still there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice kitchen.
Yeah, that sounds horrible, yellow and green.
No, yellow and green's nice.
No, it's started going brown and green now.
Oh, was it? Oh.
Yeah, she's burning everything.
I thought she was quite a good...
No, it was lovely.
Cook.
A
Lovely
nice
meal.
dinner.
We had a lovely dinner.
What did she do?
We had
sausage and salad. I had.
And pork. Excuse
I
me.
didn't spin pork.
Stir-fried
did.
pork, wasn't
Don't you
it?
eat pork?
I did pork with red onions and green beans in a really nice sauce.
Oh, nice.
I did sausages because Michael wouldn't eat the pork. But they were nice sausages, weren't they?
What exactly was in the sausages then, if it wasn't pork?
Oh yeah, I know. But
Can you explain this one to me in words of one
thing is-
syllable?
I told him it was breast of chicken sausage.
What did you think was in them?
Well, you see, the thing is, I know that I'm just so... I hate to admit it, but I have to, so as people know when we're going out that I'm just very fussy with food. I never used to be.
No.
I just don't know where
Is
I
it an
developed
age
this from.
thing?
No, I've developed this a long time ago.
Right.
1983 to be
With the
precise.
fliction.
When I really started, I'm just terrible with food. And when I go down to the show, I said, there's no chicken. I said, I'll have a bit of salad. They go, I've got sausages.
And you went, I'll have sausages.
Yeah, but she cooked them well, so it didn't taste like pork. They had pepper in them, that was it.
Oh, that's all right. Oh,
Yeah.
were they sort of like black pepper sausages?
They're Cumberland sausages.
Cumberland
which are-
sausages.
Which are black with black pepper. Yeah.
Oh, right. Are
But
they
the ones
Marks?
with leeks in are better.
No, these were Sainsbury's.
Oh, Sainsbury's.
But Marks do good ones. So
They
do
do.
Tesco, actually.
Yes. Tesco. In fact, Marks do the very 95% meat sausages. Because a lot of it's made up of filler.
Yeah.
Why are we talking sausages on this program? I've got no idea. All of a sudden it's turned into a cookery
I thought
programme.
you wanted that. I
It's
didn't
you.
want to do that. I know, I'm
Because
sorry.
Mike's moved down to Broadstairs.
No, it's not Broadstairs.
Sorry.
It's Kingsgate.
Kingsgate.
I live just outside of Broadstairs.
Why is Broadstairs famous? I'm trying to think. Was it famous during the war or something? Did something go on there?
I should
Is it?
know.
Oh, right. God's waiting room.
I should
Okay.
know because I just did a TV programme all about it.
It sounds nice, doesn't it? Is it flat?
No, it's a lovely, lovely place.
It is
Boats?
beautiful, yeah.
Beautiful.
Water?
It's got a harbour.
Yeah.
I'm not near the harbour.
No.
But the beach is like 2 minutes down the road from me, and it's lovely, especially in the winter.
Is it sandy there? It is,
Yes,
isn't it?
yes.
Yeah, it's just along from, not far from Brighton, and yet it's really sandy. It's lovely.
Because
beach.
Shelley comes from Dorset. Whilst we're going round the table.
Dorset.
Ear.
Ear.
Nobody talks like that in Dorset, do they?
Yeah,
Do
they
it,
do.
Oh, do they?
She
thought
did
it
on
was a
her
joke.
First
I
night.
did,
Her
I
first
did.
show,
Really?
she went all
Oh,
Dorset.
yeah.
Because we should point out, for those people who were sort of thinking, wait a minute, the original Bucks Fizz, Mike and Cheryl, yes, you know, and there were two others who aren't there anymore doing something else. And then one left. And then, in fact, you actually came in, Shelley, but now you've been there longer than the person who you replaced.
Indeed.
So, in fact, you're even more original than we thought you were. Did they audition you? Did they sort of...
Did they?
Oh,
Good-
they like
good
that.
grief. Oh, for over a week. For over a week, it was every day we came back and did something different.
Was it an advert then? In
It was in the Daily Mail, I believe. Well, that's where my
Daily Mail?
my then partner saw it. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? Today, like you watched the Joseph programme and the Grease programme. It would have been the Bucks Fizz. Find the new girl for Bucks Fizz in its day.
Now, there you've given David Ian an idea if he's listening. If you're listening, David, how about that one? Somebody in a group looking for a new member.
Yeah.
Well, it's been done, hasn't it?
Oh, they did it with the Pussycat Dolls, didn't
Yeah,
they?
at In Excess.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
right, yes, they
that's
did.
How they found
Yeah.
their...
I'm sorry, we ought to play some music. We're not, I told you, this programme this week is going to go to pot. You know why? Because an hour is not going to be long enough for the original Bucks Fizz. Who've got an album out, it's called The Very Best Of, and they're rehearsing because you've got a tour coming up as well.
We've got odd gigs coming up.
What do you mean,
It's not-
odd
it's not-
as in isolated or
Very
odd?
peculiar.
Because you've got to take a mic with you again.
Isn't jealous without me, you know. I have to say that, without boast, they are lost without me.
Deny it at all.
No, I know you wouldn't deny
He's a
it.
very good map reader.
Is he?
Excellent on the map.
No, he's rubbish. Yeah, but who needs to read maps now? We've all got sat nav.
I know. You've got the Tom, Tim.
Tom.
Yeah.
Who's
they
Tim?
are-
Is that the cheaper version?
No, it doesn't matter whatever. There's nobody needs the maps anymore.
You
now.
don't.
You just need it's your Tom, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's all you need. But it's
It's going to be one of those shows, isn't it, ladies and
I
gentlemen? You
know,
can just
it is.
tell. I could
Should
tell.
we get on with the first song?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Take over. Start now. Don't upset me. Now, this is actually one of Cheryl's choices.
All right.
So this is Crosby, Stills and Nash.
Mm-hmm.
Why you picked this one?
Marrakesh Express, because I was really influenced by harmony all my life. That's all I ever wanted to do, and it's just I think it was the epitome of happiness in the 70s. Probably because they were all away with the fairies on all sorts of funny stuff.
Shut it.
But to me, it was I want to go. I want to be on the Marrakesh Express. I want to see striped jalebas in the air. And I know I was a bit of a hippie, and it was the perfect time for me. I just absolutely loved it.
There you go, Marrakesh Express. Cheryl, you can't shut him up, can you? Every 5 minutes, honestly, it's been like this during the music. Paul Cheryl sitting there going, my favourite song, and he started talking. Recipes for sausages. It just goes on and on. Listen, I'll tell you what we could do. We're actually going to play your track next, Mike. Anything for a quiet life. Which, surprisingly, is Dusty Springfield.
No, I absolutely love Dusty Springfield. I really did.
Did you read the Vicky Wickham book?
Sorry?
You read the Vicky Wickham book?
No.
Which was all about Dusty, and it talked about, her, towards the end of her life, things didn't go so well. She was playing clubs in America that...
Oh, no.
It was all terrible. And then she died, and she was the funeral was in Henley. And they actually played, as they were taking the coffin out, Going Back, which is one of my favourite tracks, which is a really super track. And apparently she had the best crowds out and anything, which I thought was really good. Because she got pilloried by the press, this poor woman.
I know, but they did give her a hard time.
They did.
But I think she was just excellent. But why I chose this song was, I was only a kid,
Here come the excuses, okay?
No, because people say all the Dusty Springfield songs, and he picks this one. But this is a big success for her. It was one of the big ones for her. Shall I shut up now?
No, I was hoping you were going to tell us a little bit more about your dressing up. But anyway, I thought
Oh, no.
we'll leave that for the
That was a
book.
mistake that I made. You can tell it, Cheryl, what I said. Because
What did he say?
Well, I was writing down the reasons that he liked all these particular songs and they influenced him. And he said, I Only Want to Be With You because I used to dress up like Dusty Springfield and perform it in the garden. And I went, I started writing it down. He went, no, I'm only joking. But I thought, I'm not crossing that one out.
Funny thing is, he wasn't.
We're going to take a short break. We're back with more from the original Bucks Fizz after this.
LBC 97.3.
Steve Allen.
Certainly is our special guest. Oh, would you shut up, for goodness sake, honestly. Every 5 minutes. You know why? Done the wrong tablets. Okay, anyway, so, more from Mike Nolan, as if we can ever make him be... Are you like this at home?
No, I'm worse than this.
Are you
actually.
worse? I thought you might be.
No, I live on my own, you see, and that's why I always talk
Really?
to myself. And talking to yourself, do you want to know something? Talking to yourself, it doesn't mean you're mad. Because you can never disagree with yourself. Carry on anyway, go and get the show done.
Right. Okay, fine. Well, actually, I talk to myself for a living. I get paid for it, so, which is actually quite nice. And also, if you live by yourself, you're right, you never argue with anybody.
No, you don't. And if
actually
you
quite
argue,
nice.
you're always right.
Yes, absolutely. I'm never wrong. So by the time I come to a real argument, I can't believe that anybody would ever find fault with me. It's very odd. Now, every time I think of Cheryl, I think of that programme, The Salon.
Oh, don't!
Oh, here we go. Oh, already. Oh,
Do you know-
don't.
Well, at the beginning of the show, you said, "Is there anything you don't want to talk about?" And I went, "No, ask us anything."
And then you suddenly thought-
"That's my biggest regret."
Is it?
That was such a stupid mistake. Such a stupid.
Were you having a momentary laugh? I'll tell you for why I mentioned it briefly, and for those people who don't know, I'm not going to go into it, but, although somebody did. Anyway, but a couple of friends of mine in show business also did the same thing and became addicted.
Who are they? Do I know them?
No, did he tell you off the air? Because he's not allowed to tell you.
No,
on the air.
I'll tell
No,
you.
the reason that I did it was because Kim Wilde said, when she did a programme, how fantastic it was.
Well, the other two people in... all right, I'm going to tell you. And Dale Winton.
Oh, they've both had it done.
Both had it done.
Yeah.
In fact, actually, I think they were in the papers talking about it because it became fashionable to have colonic. And lots of people went and had it done. And I remember, but you did it on television.
Yeah, that was
which I thought
was
was
a stupid thing. I didn't consider the implications.
There was a camera there.
Of having it done
I saw
in a.
it.
In a
Did you-
oh,
I saw
was
it
just
too.
horrible.
I saw it and I found her out, didn't I?
Oh.
And was that done live?
Well, I'll tell you what. When
No,
the
it was-
tube was,
Yes.
where it was, I thought, what am I doing? And I said to the girl, is it too late to have a leg wax?
Because this was the same salon that offered back, sack and crack waxes
What's
on
crack
cam.
waxes? What's that?
Oh, Michael.
Oh, Michael, I'll explain that later to you.
What's a crack wax?
Oh, well,
Michael. I'll explain it to you later.
Well, I don't know what...
No, well, don't
it's-
go into it.
No.
Do you know, you sometimes wonder, don't
he's
you?
so sheltered.
He's so sheltered in Broadstairs.
Well, I've never heard it called that way.
Even I know what that is.
Exactly.
And she's from Dorset.
The girl from Dorset knows what crack wax is.
Yes. I tell you what, let's actually have a Shelley song now, I think. Did you know it was going to be like this? We've never done a show like this before. We've had them all in this studio, everybody. But anyway, a lot of people were talking about that, and they became quite addicted to it because they said it was very good. But then after a while, I think people stopped doing it for the simple reason, if you have it done too much, it stops your colon working and
It
all
stops
sorts
it
of things.
working, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, and you have
it's-
to function properly, otherwise it takes away...
Takes away all the
muscles.
good bacteria
That's
as
right.
well.
You
That's
have
the problem,
bacteria in
yeah.
there which you need to have.
When I said to her, apparently you lose weight, you can lose up to 6 pounds, and she went, oh, you haven't evacuated enough.
It's a polite way of
I
saying
said,
nothing,
what are those
Nolan.
bubbles? And you know
Yeah.
what the bubbles were.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's humiliating.
It was.
Never again.
Yes. Anyway, on to Buddy Rich. For you, we've got one for you, Shelley. Hurrah! Shelley, who has nothing to hide in her life except a photograph we're going to show her in a minute. Anyway, no, I was only joking. Well, might not have been, I don't
See
know.
all the colour drained from my
Exactly.
face
What was I
then.
saying? What photo? So anyway, it's the beat goes on. No, I haven't heard this for ages.
I
This
know.
now. This was originally done, I thought, by Cher.
Was it?
I thought Cher did the beat goes on.
She did.
She did.
She did.
She did. She did.
See, I mean, I literally grew up on that version.
Right.
Because of,
It's what I call a beatnik song. Would it be called a beatnik song?
I guess.
I don't know if she did it first or Buddy Rich.
I don't know. Well, Buddy Rich, I think, is, pardon me, older, so I think he might have done it
I would have
first.
thought. I mean, it comes from the album my dad had was the Buddy Rich Big Band.
Right.
And this particular version was recorded at Ronnie Scott's
Oh, God.
with his daughter singing, who was only, as far as I know, about 12.
Wow.
And that's why I just was mesmerised by it. I mean, my dad had it was all Oscar Peterson, Ellis Fitzgerald. There weren't really many pop records in my mum and dad's collection. But this for me just sums up leaping around in the lounge, singing along, and at the time before this, I wanted to be a ballerina, and I was doing dancing and everything, and I was born with a dodgy hip, which I told you before, and that kind of crushed my dreams.
Could have been a Bluebell. Could have been a Bluebell girl. There's a lot of failed ballerinas when
Yeah?
Bluebells. Yeah.
Well, at sort of 8, at 9 was when I found out that was it, and I was devastated. I'd always been able to sing, but never really just hadn't thought about it. And this was the track that I just thought, I really like this, and I did. I learned all the words, and I used to dance around when my mum and dad weren't around looking, and I just thought it was fantastic, and I always wanted to do a version of it myself.
There you go, Buddy Rich and the band, the beat goes on. It's very confusing for Mike, the programme today. He just said, this isn't Buddy Holly. And so I went, no, it's Buddy Rich. He went, this isn't a man, is it? I went, no, it's his daughter. it's
No, because
don't,
no,
don't
hang
do
on.
tablets before you
It
come in
says on
again.
here, Shelley,
Yeah.
Shelley's choice, Buddy Holly.
No, it's
the
not
best
Buddy
goes
Rich.
on.
Rich.
Buddy Rich, sorry, Buddy Rich. The best, the beat
goes
goes
on.
on. Shelley. So I thought it must be Buddy Holly. Buddy Rich. Get on with the program.
And we have
'cause
to
I'm-
work with him.
I don't know how you cope, frankly. So glad he's not on my tour. Anyway, now, the sad thing is that Cheryl was very upset when she came in that Nick Ferrari had left the building.
Yeah, I love him.
But he has sent in a text for you.
Has he?
And the text says, me and Cheryl tell her I'll rip my skirt off any time for her. And he's
I've
got
heard
quite
about
a
his
few
cross-
in the wardrobe.
I've heard about his cross-dressing.
He does do a lot of cross-dressing, actually.
Does he really do
as a-
cross-dressing, though?
Yes. Sometimes he even comes in as a man. It's quite worrying for many of us, because we're actually known as Trudy for many a year now.
Oh, really?
Yes.
See, no, you
There's a lot of it
joking?
going on here.
I don't know if you're joking or not. Has he been serious?
No, he's not being serious.
never
If you
tell.
knew Nick Ferrari, you'd know whether he was being serious or not.
I'm going to give you a song now. I know it's a mistake, but I'm going to anyway. I can't imagine what touring with the original Bucks Fizz must be like. You must be grateful to get on stage where it's choreographed and he can't speak.
No, it's
No,
not
it's
true.
Oh, he does it all the way through,
he's
does he?
shocking.
No.
In every
Oh, is he
song.
terrible?
Oh, he's terrible.
No,
He
I'm
goes,
not.
"Oh, you are.
You are so.
You are. I'm doing an introduction, and you interrupt and call me a silly cow and everything.
is he
does,
really?
He does.
Well,
and
see, how
the
dare
audience
you.
love him.
And if
Yeah,
he
I
goes
know.
wrong, and it's true, if he goes wrong, he tries to make it. He makes it look like it's us.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I've seen that before, where you get a bum note, and all of a sudden you look at somebody else, everything's, oh, it was her.
Yeah.
You do that, do you?
Yeah, I do that.
And the reason he gets away with it is because all the ladies go, oh, isn't he cute?
He is cute, isn't
He
he?
looks
He's
fantastic,
lovely.
doesn't he? I know
Yes.
they can't
For
see that, though.
108,
Yeah.
it was amazing.
106.
106
Around the
and
waist.
3/4. But your song, okay, it's the Beatles.
Yes, I love this song. Now this is a very... Now, this didn't influence me at all in any way. It's just, when I was at school, this was a big hit. And in those days, we used to go to school with our transistor radios to our ears.
Transistor radio.
You know,
What's a transistor
No,
radio?
yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry,
okay.
Shirley. We'll
the little
explain this in a minute.
radios, you know,
Yeah.
battery operated.
With
things.
aerials.
No, there weren't aerials. It just anyway. And we used to all be singing. And Penny Lane was big at this time, and everyone would be singing it all the time. And I got on this bus, and I was saying, "Penny Lane, there is a." And the bus conductor used to love me singing so much, he never used to take my fare.
In fact, he never used to let him on the bus. They'd leave him at the bus stop, and he was the little child crying.
But no, and they thought I was very, very good, and that's what really made me start to think I could be a singer.
Really?
Yeah, and it was very hard work. I mean, I had singing lessons in 1971 for a year, and I'm still trying to get the money back.
Right.
They said it didn't work.
No,
anyway,
no,
this
no.
one was called. This one was Penny Lane. I'm telling you about. Anyway, it's a great song.
The Beatles and Penny Lane. It was nice, wasn't it?
Very quick,
Enjoy
wasn't it?
hearing that. Very fast, some of these songs. They whiz through very quickly, which is what we like. So when you said earlier on that you were doing these odd tours, and there's only 3 of you going out now, aren't there?
Yes.
So does that mean you have to work twice as hard on the vocals?
No.
No, we always did 3-part harmony as Bucks Fizz, and generally 2 people would sing on the lead.
Right. You have to explain to me, because I'm not very good. What is a 3-part harmony? I understand what 3-part harmony is, but how does it work?
La.
There you
don't
go.
There you are.
Now you just sang the octave.
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah.
I'm a singer.
Michael sang the root, the
Yeah.
first. I sang the third. If you do, an octave is 8 notes. 1,
No.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you sing the 1, 3, 5 is the harmony.
Right.
Okay, there you
So
go.
we
Hope you're
on
playing along at home.
third
Can you do
and
that bit
fifth.
again? 'Cause I quite liked hearing that. Can you do that
No,
note?
because my voice.
No, you
cracked
do
a
that
bit.
note
Yeah.
again. No,
Go
just do the note, just so we can hear the harmony bit again. Go on.
La.
Oh, sorry. La.
He started a bit high.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all right. La.
There you go.
God, I could go on tour.
We need a 4th member.
You can come along
Don't
and
we all?
rip the skirt.
That's 3. Anyway,
How would you be on the routines? Could you learn routines?
I
dance
can't
routines?
dance for toffee.
No, but none of us
I
can.
can't
Well, I
dance.
can't.
It's the trouble is, I mean, Bucks Fizz. I remember, when you did Eurovision, and I've seriously, I know it sounds really peculiar, and it's going to sound horrible, but I buy all the Eurovision albums that come out with all the songs because I like listening to all the other countries' songs, and I've now started buying the DVDs with all the songs so you can watch them. And I loved the one last year, which won.
Lordy.
Lordy,
Lordy.
because I thought it was so freaky and
yes,
so
it was.
catchy,
Yeah, it was
and
good.
they were so good. I went crackers for them. I thought they were the best thing I'd ever heard. I can imagine everybody in the audience going, "Oh my God, what is it?"
But they were very famous in all the Scandinavian and Eastern
Yes,
Bloc and all
because
that.
they like that sort of music,
Yeah.
and they wouldn't be seen without their masks or
That's right.
their makeup and everything else. But I thought they were brilliant, and that's what I think Eurovision needs. It's got to. Do you listen? I mean,
Yeah.
I won this year. I don't want to be rude, but God, it's rubbish. It's not.
Is this on? Are we on the air still?
Yeah.
Of course, we're on the air. So what do you mean? Are we on the air
Because
still?
they're going to hear that.
Well, they're going to have to hear it. I'm sorry, because I've told them before they're rubbish. I don't think we stand a cat in hell's chance of winning Eurovision.
Well, you
with
don't
that.
know. Something might happen where people.
It's no
took
good
over
being
this
nice,
country.
Cheryl. I've told you before. Stop being nice to people.
But I do think it's very
Yeah.
S Club 7 Steps,
It's
Bucks Fizz.
We
Yeah.
could have done, but look at some of the good songs we have in the charts. We should have come up with something better.
Yeah.
Quite
we've
like
moved
Big
on.
Brothers. I thought they were really good.
Yeah.
And they would have stood a chance
Yeah.
because they're well known across Europe.
I quite liked a lot of them. I wasn't sure about Brian Harvey. I thought
No.
I felt a bit sorry for Brian.
We were there. We were in the studio,
Yeah.
and he
You were
in
gonna
the
sing,
studio.
weren't you?
No.
Were you not
Oh
gonna
yeah,
sing
there
on
was
the
a
show?
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were going to sing, but
It didn't work out.
Didn't
it
work
didn't
out.
work out. No.
Didn't work
Won't go into why.
God, we
But
will in a minute.
Brian
really
Harvey
want to know
sounded
why.
great
Yeah.
in the studio.
Yeah.
He sounded great.
But that was the trouble, you see. Well, all right, listen, very quick break. We've got so much to get it. We haven't got enough time, have we, for the music? But we've got a great song, one of Shelley's choices coming up in a moment. So back in a sec.
London's LBC 97.3.
Steve Allen.
Special guest this week, the original Bucks Fizz. It's Mike, it's Cheryl, it's Shelley, and they've got an album out. It's the very best of. It's released almost soon, very soon actually. I think it comes out in a couple of days' time. You get 18 classic Bucks Fizz songs plus a 17 video bonus DVD.
Oh, no, that's good.
Indeed.
Which is nice, you see. I mean, I'm big into free DVDs now.
Well, we haven't seen the DVD.
Have you not?
No, so I'm really looking forward to it.
So what's actually on it? Or the DVD, or all the live performances?
It's the promotional videos that went with
Oh,
this. And so this is
fantastic.
the first time ever
Yeah.
that anybody's been able to buy them. And they've all been digitally remastered and stuff, you know.
Whatever they do to things.
Whatever, and the magic that they put around them now.
Yeah.
And so that's the first time. So it's a
I've got 20
nice
of them
little
already.
package.
Your Christmas presents sorted out.
It's funny, I asked this to everybody. It's beginning to sound a bit of a cliche question, but if I went into any of your houses, would I know, for example, Mike, that you were in Bucks Fizz? If they did you on Through the Keyhole, would I look round your house and go, Mike Nolan?
Well, now, let me tell you something. I did Through the Keyhole.
Oh, did you?
I was on that. And I didn't want to do that programme because I thought they're not going to get it. They're just not going to get it.
No.
And they got it in... it was James Whale that actually got it.
Right.
He was the one who
Did he
came.
come down to
But
your
he
house?
said, is this singer a member of as a lot of singing sisters? So-
Sounds like the Luton Girls Choir, doesn't it?
and David Frost says, well, no, he hasn't got any sisters. And that's
See,
when they got it.
That's
the
when they got
illusion,
it.
isn't it?
But it's good how they got it. And as you walked, this is when I lived in London. As
Yeah.
you walked in, all the discs, the gold discs, the silver discs, all on the wall. They could see it.
Oh, well, of course, he would know. Is this in Maida Vale?
Yes.
Well, of course, he would know Maida Vale so well, wouldn't you, James? I believe you used to go round there quite a lot. Anyway, not to your place. But anyway, we'll leave that for another time. I'll explain that in a moment. Because... Well, if I went in your house, Shelley, would I know you were in Bucks Fizz?
No.
Do you have
probably
showbiz
not.
memorabilia?
No, I don't. But I've got it all. I've collected it all. I mean, I've got press cuttings and everything,
Yeah.
you know, from way back when. But it's not all out on show.
Right.
I mean, probably mostly because the fact that at the moment I don't have a very big place. I wouldn't have anywhere to put it.
No.
So, but I have. Oh yeah, I've kept a lot.
You've got to, haven't
Oh
you?
yeah.
Is it- I mean,
a big
it's only, I know
thing.
it sounds silly for your old age, but when you get a bit older, it's nice to look back and go, God, I did that. Wow, I did that as well.
Well,
You
you know,
don't
with the
realise at
kids,
the time.
isn't
No,
it? It's with
you
the,
don't
with the
realise.
kids. I mean, we've both got children, and
Yeah.
they're at an age where, although yours will be teenagers soon, won't
Yeah,
they? Ben,
couple
my
months.
little boy, is still at an age where he's really impressed by it, and to see that Mummy was in a band, you know,
Yeah.
before he
Yes.
was born, he loves it, and
Yeah.
to see the stuff, and kind of Natalie is still.
My kid.
Still
I
into
said to
it.
I said to one of my children yesterday, how will you feel when this album is promoted on telly and all your friends at school will see your mum on the telly? And she said, well, I'll be proud, but you won't be my mummy then at school. You'll be Cheryl Baker. And they'll say, Cheryl Baker's your mummy. And she said, and I have to say to them, no, she's not. It's almost as if I've got two different people.
Yes.
I'm Mummy and
Yes.
I'm Cheryl Baker.
But that must be the same for a lot of kids in
Yeah.
showbiz, I should imagine. You've got sort of, it's Mummy at home, and then it's
Yeah.
somebody else on the telly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And of course, I mean, you also did Footloose.
Oh, I
So-
loved
so
Footloose.
there's
I did
actually
it for
Mummy
a
on
year.
stage.
Yeah.
as
And
well.
they
That
were
was
proud of me
brilliant.
then. They were proud, and they used to come up regularly with
Yeah.
their friends, and so they loved that. They
have
really
to
loved
resist
played
the
the
it.
part very
temptation.
well, didn't you, love? You
I
were really
thought
good
you
at it, you
did.
were.
Did you
We
talk
were
like
proud.
that?
Oh,
of
she was
her.
real
I
American,
was
lad.
proud. Very proud of
You
you.
were proud,
yeah,
were you?
I went with my boyfriend to see. Yeah, we
She
were
was very
proud.
naughty, though, because she ripped her skirt.
At the end.
I mean, I do
They-
believe
they
there's a certain
asked
age
me
where one has to
to.
stop
Well,
doing things like that.
No, they
You know.
said in rehearsals, they said, Cheryl, would you mind if at the end of the programme, at the end of the
You can't
the
keep your
show-
clothes on. What are you talking about? In the salon, she was the first one stripped off face down on the blooming table. What are you talking about? They asked, would you take your clothes?
No, they did, and they said at the end we do a mega mix. It's nothing to do with the show. It's just a bit of fun
Yeah.
at the very end. Will you rip your skirt off? And I went, no, it's nothing to do with Footloose. I know I won't. And they said, try it. Just try the first night.
And it works. Of course it
It
does.
got, they all cheered,
Yeah.
and so it stayed in.
I was
good fun.
fuming when I saw that.
Were you?
How dare they take my idea and put it in their show?
Was that your idea, the skirt ripping?
No, but it could have been.
Yeah, it could have been. Do you still have those nice, attractive white trousers?
Do you want to know something? No, I haven't got those, but I've still got the two. Now, Cheryl did she was auctioning off all these things for her charity few years ago, and Bobby gave you his, didn't they?
Yeah.
The tops that we had, and I've still got my 2 tops in Eurovision.
He
I'll
wouldn't
tell
let
you
me have
why.
them, in other words.
I wouldn't let her have them.
Do you know what you should do with them?
Because when I die,
Yeah.
whoever gets everything belongs to me will make a lot of money out of them, you know.
But you know what you should do? Have them you can get them framed now and
Yeah.
put in and that look really nice up on a wall with sort of like your original packs
That's
of
a
gold
good
disc
idea.
mounted in the
Yeah.
same thing,
Yeah.
or
No,
a photo.
That's a bit over the top, that is.
I tell you, if your shirt went to auction and it went to Fraser's in the Strand, they would have you mounted.
What, and the shirt as well?
Possibly, I don't know. I think you pay extra for the shirt. Couldn't swear to it. Anyway, here's Shelley's musical choice. It's Jeff. I've never heard of Jeff Buckley, but we like it.
You've never heard
No,
of
I
Jeff
haven't.
Buckley?
I hold my hands
I
up.
know.
Son of, is it Tim Buckley, isn't it?
Oh, Tim Buckley. Yes. No.
Yes, no? Right. Okay, well,
What did Tim
I mean,
Buckley
I
do?
have to be totally honest with you. I hadn't heard of Jeff Buckley till he died. And I was...
So he's not even alive.
No, he's dead, unfortunately. It's another one of those tragic deaths of 1997,
Oh, God.
the year that Princess Diana
Yeah.
died, and, of course, Michael Hutchins.
Yes.
And I was actually on tour with In Excess at the time.
you?
I was touring with them that year, and we were on the road when the news came through that Jeff Buckley died. And they, as a band, really liked them. And that's when I first heard it. And I just... His voice is just so beautiful. And he does sort of rock as well on the album. But this, I'd never heard a man sing like this. And it really, really, it touched me so much. And that song reminds me of obviously his death and being introduced to Jeff Buckley, who was, I think, fantastic, but also Michael's death. And my son being born. It's kind of one of those songs that, you know, when I was introduced to it, it was a very sad time. But it also, I had it playing when my son was born in the delivery room. So...
Quite depressed now.
well, no, but
dear,
it's one of
yeah,
those. It's a bittersweet
It's
track.
nice. It's a song that brings out everything. There's so many different bits there, all fitted together.
Yeah. No, it did. It's a period. You know, that represents a chapter, and and you know, and obviously being on tour with Michael Hutchins, I was influenced an awful lot by working with him.
I don't think I want to go down that route.
Well, not
Have a
in that
listen-
way. Not in
No,
that
no,
way.
no. Well, anyway, let's have a listen to Jeff Buckley then with a song called Hallelujah. There you go. Are you all right?
No, I'm welling up.
Oh,
yeah.
good. I like that.
Yeah.
I worked on a TV programme once, and halfway through one of the interviews, the guest started crying. And in our earpiece, the producer's going, "Fantastic! They're crying! Fantastic! Get a close-up. Camera 4, close-up." They love stuff like that. I love songs that bring out emotion. I said earlier on to Cheryl that I listened to Simon and Garfunkel, which we'll come round to a bit later. No, we won't. And just realised we were talking about it anyway. And I sat there listening to them playing live, thinking... They've been together now like 48 years, since they were 11, still playing and singing Bridge Over Troubled Water and our Wept Buckets. Our Wept Buckets. I cry about the Beatles, actually, because we heard them earlier on with Penny Lane, which I think is a great track. Digitally
It's
remastered.
a good track, isn't it? Though?
Fantastic. But Cheryl's picked another Beatles track, Hey Jude.
Yeah. Hey Jude. I just think it's lovely. I love the Beatles.
You ever heard Shirley Bassey doing it?
Yes.
No.
Yes, I have.
Good version.
Is
Yes.
it good?
Yeah, it is very,
big
very
voice. Big voice.
Yeah,
He's
but
got
I
a
like.
pair of
Shelley's
lungs.
I like Hey
Yes.
Jude because it's not big.
Hey Jude.
Yes.
I like it because
No.
I mean,
no.
You got off to a
It's uncanny, isn't it, really? I know. It's a gift.
I just think he sings it so easy, Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
And it's lyrically, it's beautiful. I don't know who Jude was. Was Jude a real person?
Isn't it one of the wasn't it written for John Lennon's son? Didn't Paul write it?
Julian.
Yes.
No,
Oh, right.
No, Julian was Julian. It wasn't called Jude.
No, but that
Was
was
it an abbreviation of
Yeah,
Julian?
I mean, I might be completely wrong. Probably
Someone will
am.
send a text in and let
Yeah,
me
they
know.
said find out, but I think that was it. Was actually meant.
I
it
think
was written
Julian
for
Lennon
Jude.
just sold the rights of the Beatles songs that he held
Yeah.
in his father's name. Yeah.
Yes, I heard about it.
Yes.
Oh.
I read it.
So listen, we have to have a quick burst of the Beatles with, well, it's a classic, isn't it? The Beatles and Hey Jude. Very quick break. Final bit of conversation with the original Bucks Fizz after this.
LBC 97.3.
Steve Allen.
I was just trying to think of another Lonnie Donegan song, actually. Was it Camberton Lock?
Yeah,
Camberton Lock, I wish you were whiskey, I would drink you dry, I think.
Camberton Loch.
I wish you were whiskey, I would drink you dry.
That wasn't him, was
It
it?
wasn't him.
No, it probably wasn't. All right, so it wasn't. I made a mistake.
The only one I remember of his was...
Rock Island,
what was it called?
On the Rock Island line is a mighty good line.
No, the other one was just singing it.
The chewing gum on the bed.
Yeah, that's
It's
the
the
one
Mild
I know.
Man's a
How
Dustman.
about down the
Oh, yeah,
Mississippi
it's
till it
Mild
goes to
Man's a
Mexico?
Oh, he did that one, did he?
And run and done, and they began
kept
a
coming.
running.
Do you know, I really need to go on tour with somebody. It's no good. I'm wasted here. Wasted. The original Bucks Fizz are with us. Cheryl, Shelley and Michael. No more songs, so you won't be hearing anything from him for the next 10 minutes.
I'll have something to say about these songs, even
I
if
had
I
a
make
feeling
it up.
you would. Because, see, there are 18 tracks, 18 classic Bucks Fizz singles on Bucks Fizz, the very best of, plus bonus videos as well on 17 of them. So it really is excellent. And, you know, you can't complain because it's been quite a nice little career, hasn't it?
Oh, yes.
Do you all manage to keep yourself busy, you know, doing other things as well? Can you fit it all in around Bucks Fizz and stuff
Well,
like that?
you know, I get a bit bored down at the beach.
But the trouble is, it's nice when you go up to the people sitting on your deck chairs and you can go an hour or two and then you turn your little handle and give them a ticket. Come on.
Yes, but
It's nice.
sarcasm is the lowest form of wit, you know.
Thank God. I can't do anything higher.
I don't serve people on their deck chairs.
what do you do on the
I'd sit in a
beach,
deck-
then?
I'd sit on it.
Have you? Do you notice that now you've got to a certain age?
No, I don't do it. I don't sit on a deck chair.
Have you ever sat in a bus shelter?
No.
Have you sat with your feet hanging over maybe a stone wall, looking out to sea?
Yes, I have done. Now,
Thank you.
Dan,
I'll rest my case. We're just finding out where you were sitting. Okay, I don't really care where.
I believe
what
Michael
it was.
has met his match today, haven't you?
when is your birthday? Next birthday?
Man, why are you saying I'm not going to make it?
I'm just trying to work out the difference in our age.
March.
March next. Oh, so you're only just 53.
Oh, that's right. Give it away.
Oh, sorry.
Tell everybody.
Sorry,
I'm
I didn't.
37, ladies and
37.
gentlemen.
I mean
Okay.
37. When in March is your birthday?
St Patrick's Day.
The 17th. Jesus, how are you? How are you?
Is it
Paddy?
you as well?
No, I'm Irish though.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not.
No, but you're born on St Patrick's Day. You're the gift of the gab.
Oh, for goodness sake, honestly.
See, he had to find a link
There was
somewhere.
a link somewhere, wasn't
Right,
there?
I have no songs now,
Do you-
but now I've finished speaking.
Thank God for that. I wonder whether or not, actually, here's a question for all of you. Did you ever get a bit sort of fed up with the video at the end of The Land of Make-Believe, which had the little girl?
Well, not particularly.
I
Because
didn't.
No, you didn't.
We very rarely heard it because all the DJs were fed up with it, so they used to fade it before it got there.
Was it the manager's daughter?
It was the what was it? A&R.
He was the guy who signed us up at RCA.
Yeah, it was his
Was his
daughter,
daughter.
Abby Kimber. her
Oh,
name.
right.
In fact, we were
Yes.
talking about it yesterday, weren't
Yeah,
we?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah? Why?
I can't remember. Oh, I think it was
Because we were going
someone
through
said,
it.
yeah,
Oh, when it got to the end, we sort of
Yeah.
did it. And I know
I've got a friend who comes to tea. No one else.
But
can
that
see
never got
me.
done live, did it?
No.
No.
But I had to go
So when you do the stage show...
to visit you.
You never know.
Won't shut up, will he? He really won't. You can understand why there are people who sort of take out contracts on other people. You know what I'm talking about here. You might not make it back to Broadstairs. Now I know you'll be found sitting on a wall staring out. I do this. I'm now quite happy to sit down with a cup of coffee and just people watch, mentally switch off, and just people watch.
Oh, I
It's
think you can
great.
do that at any age.
Oh, do you?
I
Yeah.
love people watching.
Oh, I
It's
love it now.
fantastic watching people.
Do you often sit
That
in
sounds
restaurants?
terrible, doesn't it? That's
No, it's great. I sometimes sit in a restaurant and there'll be a couple opposite and they'll eat a whole meal and they will not say a word to it. And you think, why don't you just stay at home?
Well, that's a terrible way to have a meal, though. Nothing to say.
Nothing to say. And you sit there and they're eating, looking around. You must get a lot of that in Broadstairs.
No, I'm just
Sitting in fish and chip
Listen,
shops.
I don't live in Broadstairs. I keep telling you.
You're outside Broadstairs.
I'm outside of there.
Yeah.
I'm much nicer. I'm very upper class area.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
They don't say yar in Broadstairs.
Oh,
You're not
yar.
in Broadstairs, sorry.
No, oh, yeah, they are.
They are. Now, Shelley's got a song.
Oh, is it me?
Marvin
Yeah.
Gaye.
Yes.
I don't know this song. And
You don't like
I
it?
don't know it.
I didn't know it either.
Really?
No.
No, I don't.
You don't.
See? Not just...
Is it because I come from Dorset? I've got a really
Doris
obscure.
that.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I thought I knew most Marvin Gaye songs
Yes.
because I used to play them when I was a kid, but I don't ever remember Anna's song.
Right, Anna's song is off the Hear My Dear album, and that's the album that he recorded to pay off his ex-wife for the settlement. This album was recorded. It was. That's why this album was made
I'm none the
to
wiser.
give his ex-wife.
The alimony.
Yeah.
Is that
Really?
what? Is it the one that he recorded when he was in Holland? Is it? He lived
Oh,
in,
I don't know. I don't know where he was when
He
he
went. He
recorded
lived
it.
in Holland for a
So,
while.
and
didn't
Anna
he?
was his ex-wife, and I'm a huge Marvin Gaye fan.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved
He was
him.
troubled.
Yes,
Yeah.
very
He
tortured
had-
soul.
Lots of problems.
But my God, could he sing?
Yeah.
And that was he was the first person that I can remember that really made me feel like I actually want to perform. I'd never really thought about it, and I wanted to be able to phrase like him, and I loved all the little ad libs. And whenever he did a vocal, it wasn't like he did backing vocals. There were all these lots extra little vocals, all these mini little lead vocals coming in and out. And I just thought he was fantastic. And again, that he had that ability to sing with such passion, you know, such torture, and then such love. And he all in this song is hatred, passion, joy, love.
I love sexual healing. I mean, that is the most.
Yeah.
That is the most turny-oniest song I've ever
Well,
heard.
Women get turny-oniest songs, don't they? Women get songs to make love to.
Yeah.
Mine was chirpy, chirpy, cheep, cheep. And to be honest with you, I didn't go beyond.
Tweedledum, Tweedledee.
Yes.
No
I thought
problem.
it would have been Little
Yeah,
Willie,
so
but there you go.
You
Anyway.
like You Sure Love to Ball, Marvin's Gaye.
Yes.
That's
yes.
that's a very good.
But I
Distant
tell
Lover
you,
is
if you
another
really
good
want
one.
to hear raunchy songs, listen to Millie Jackson.
Yeah.
Millie Jackson did an album. We have to play this record. I'll tell you about Millie Jackson in a second. Marvin Gaye, Anna's song. It's nice, actually. If you listen to that voice, it was almost... He had a pure voice when he considered how tortured he was and everything else. And then out came this fantastic
He
voice.
made it look so easy, didn't he?
Yeah. And strangely enough, the last song that we're going to play is another tortured solo. I think went through drugs and everything else.
Yeah.
Joni Mitchell, because I always remember... Every time I think of Joni Mitchell, I always think of this song.
Oh, sorry, that's my mobile.
Oh, is that your...
Sorry.
Oh, how embarrassing, ladies and gentlemen. That'll be Matron checking to see if he's taken the tablets.
He's never been in a studio before.
I know, it's so unprofessional, because I do it all the
It
time.
might be important, though. I have to check it. Well, carry on talking.
Oh, okay, right. So, might be important.
There's a car on its way, by the way. It's these new cars. Let me just tell you about these new cars. These
No, we don't
cars
have enough time to hear
Oh,
about the
right,
new
okay.
cars. It's a
Cheryl's
Cheryl's
got to
moment.
talk about her.
She's got to talk about Joni Mitchell's Big Yellow Taxi.
That's
which
what I
ties
know.
in.
That's what I know. Wait for
That's-
us. This I love this song actually as well.
It's not yours.
I'm
Shut
just
up,
saying,
it's hers.
whatever Cheryl says about this, I totally agree with it. Go on, carry
All right,
Cheryl.
go on.
She was a big influence
There
on
you
me.
go.
I just thought that she
That's it.
sang.
I was going to say that.
She sang beautifully.
Yeah.
And her lyrics, she had really meaningful lyrics. And as much as I love harmony, she was one singer that I could buy and listen to all her album tracks and just. Although it was just her voice, no harmonies, it was so pure, and it just felt like she was singing about things that she really believed in. Whether she did or not, I don't know. But she influenced me big time.
Not many singers like that now, are there?
It's a great song, isn't it? Bop, bop, bop. Everybody does that. I never know, was it put up a parking lot?
Put up a parking lot.
Put up a parking
Don't know the rest of it. Don't know the rest
And
of
then,
the
and then,
lyrics.
and then the
You must
mic
come
bit,
to one
which
of
was
our shows.
on and on.
Would
She's
you like
aimed
to
to
come to a gig?
I feel as though I've lived it today. Do you want to come to one of my gigs? Come to one of my gigs. I'm all over the place, I'm afraid. Listen, sadly we have no more time.
Oh.
Oh,
fun.
shame. Never mind, we just come back in again.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
been
we'd
great
love
fun.
to.
Yeah, come back in again. Just don't bring mine. Okay. And, don't be rude about it. No, I was saying how lovely to see you here.
What was that? Yeah.
I could, for some reason, I now see him sitting on the dock of the bay, fish and chips in one hand, staring out to sea. You know, I just.
No, I don't eat fish.
You don't.
No.
I don't eat.
hates
I
fish.
can't
What
bear
do you eat?
fish.
What do you
Chicken.
eat? Chicken. That's all you eat. Chicken.
I
Breast
started chicken.
of.
I need the breast.
Really?
And people think since I've eaten it for so many years that I've gone quackers.
Oh, that'd be duck.
Oh yeah, of course it would.
Can't
Yeah,
quack it.
yeah,
It's
right.
hopeless,
I don't
isn't it,
eat
really?
duck.
They get to a certain age, ladies and gentlemen, they're happier with cold steel potties and sawdust on the floor, but there you go. Always a pleasure.
And
I'll
you
explain
too.
that to you later.
Yeah, you can explain it to me later.
I have to explain so many things to Mike. Listen, good luck with the album.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I think
Thanks very
fans
much.
everywhere will absolutely love it. And good luck with the mini tour. Actually, just let us know the dates, and then we'll sort of plug where you
Oh,
are.
lovely. Thank
We
you.
come back and do another interview. I can pop in myself and see him. Give
Yes.
the dates and everything.
You know, we're a bit tied up over the next few years. I'll tell you what, give us a ring a couple of years' time, and I'll see if I can squeeze you in on a Saturday.
Don't be smart.
I do try. Thank you so much, Lee. Mike, Cheryl, Shelley, nice to see you.
Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
take care.
Indeed. Listen, we're back same time next week with another celebrity. It's 2 weeks running. We've had 3 people in the studio, which I quite like, actually. I quite like this sort of group therapy. And that's how it's been today, actually, therapy. So I will be back next week. Have a nice week. We'll talk to you then. Bye-bye.